if you were to ask me to place a bet down on who would get the halftime performance for Super Bowl 59 in NOLA in New Orleans, I would definitely have taken, if not everything I own, most of what I own, and put it on Lil Wayne.
So imagine everyone's shock when the powers that be announced who is going to star in the halftime show in September. They announced it.
Actually, I meant to look this up. I think last year they announced at the beginning of the year also. But yes, on the opening Sunday of the NFL schedule, they announced that Kendrick Lamar will be the Super Bowl halftime performer when the Super Bowl rolls around in February in New Orleans.
And that is raised a lot of eyebrows.
Very relevant. So they had this ad that they put out with Kendrick talking about being excited about this. There was certainly, it seems like a little bit of a dig at Drake. And let's face it, the reason that they turned to Kendrick, he certainly has the biggest hit or the most talked about hit of the year in They Not Like Us.
But they've never really picked people based on current songs.
What it has been, and remember, Rock Nation produces, Jay-Z's Rock Nation produces the Super Bowl halftime show. They pick the performer each year, and they have for, what, 4 years now, I think?
Yeah.
And they've gone into this thing where they try to get people who are related to the city where the Super Bowl is being played. They did it in L.A., when they had Ray. In Miami, they had Jennifer Lopez and Shakira.
So
they had Usher in Vegas.
And you said Los Angeles.
Was Dre and Kendrick also
New Orleans.
Yeah.
That would be Lil Wayne.
Exactly. And that's really what everyone thought this was going to be, that it was going to be Lil Wayne. I feel so bad for Wayne because he very unashamedly put himself out there and said that he would love to do it. He pretty much said he was expecting to get the call, and that clearly didn't happen because if it had, he would have accepted it.
Kendrick is hugely popular. We put a poll up when we did the story yesterday, and results kind of interesting. Who should perform at Super Bowl 59? I'm happy with Kendrick. Lil Wayne deserved it. Look at that.
Landslide.
Look at that.
Lil Wayne deserved it. So why would they go with Kendrick? Well, let's turn to someone who knows Kendrick. In fact, last time I think we had Big Boy on.
With Kendrick.
He was on stage with Kendrick. And so really interested in getting his reaction to the Super Bowl halftime news. Big Boy, welcome back to TMZ Live.
Man, thank you for having me back. Thank you. I appreciate it.
What do you think about this?
For one, I think that it's a great win for Kendrick Lamar. Great win. But when I first heard that it was going to be, Super Bowl 59 going down in New Orleans, low-hanging fruit, I'm thinking Lil Wayne. I'm thinking, Cash Money millionaires. Maybe Hot Boys get back together. Maybe you even get Master P and No Limit Soldiers. I'm thinking that this is low-hanging fruit years out. So when I heard that it was Kendrick, I feel like Kendrick is there. He's a veteran and relevant at the same time. But that low-hanging fruit and my expectations, if you were to ask me to place a bet down on who would get the halftime performance for Super Bowl 59 in NOLA, in New Orleans, I would definitely have taken, if not everything I own, most of what I own, and put it on Lil Wayne in some capacity.
So, Big Boy, is this just a nod from Rock Nation to just how big Kendrick has been, how relevant, as you put it, and talked about this year has been, that it just made it undeniable, even though it's happening in Lil Wayne's backyard, that Kendrick was just that big this year?
You know what, Charles? I don't know what this is. Conspiracy theories, you hear so many people say, oh, well, Jay-Z doesn't really get along with Wayne, and he doesn't get along with Drake, and this is the slap in the face. I don't know what this is, but I know that it created a lot of talk. And then we were asking our listeners in the neighborhood today, we were like, did Not Like Us get Kendrick Lamar a halftime performance? He already got a catalog that's ridiculous, but did Not Like Us, and this is one of those songs you can't get away from. DNC, it's there. Super Bowl games is
Right.
there. Everywhere you go, Not Like Us, in every capacity, wherever you are, this is a big song. But does one song, did that get Kendrick Lamar there? I think he has a great body of work, and he's a hell of a performer. But there's just a situation where I'm like, man, it's coming back to the West Coast anyway. And Kendrick is still going to be hot as fish grease, and there's a new album that's coming as well. And to announce this far out, I'll tell you the truth, I was surprised when I first saw Kendrick kicking it off. I was like, oh, but I celebrated. But then once the instant controversy, I was like, okay, you know what? I see this. Being from Los Angeles, right? And I heard you guys speak on it, sometimes, but Usher wasn't from Vegas. He had a Vegas residency. So every time from here on out, do you have to do organically, do they have to get someone from there to perform? This is just with Wayne, I just felt like this is the what they say, the elephant in the room. This is a gang of elephants in the room. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't have to dig Wayne up. You don't have to say, hey, remember Lil Wayne? Like, we need to just get somebody from New Orleans. He is that guy. Cash Money is that group. There's an era, and there's so much that come with that. I just saw Lil Wayne tear down a performance just last weekend, and he killed it. So he's very capable of doing it. And now, and I'm thinking also, our genre has been so well respected since Jay-Z or whoever got into that position. I'm just wondering what middle America think about this. When you start thinking of the Snoops and the Ushers and the Rihanna, people are like, man, when are we going to get back to, some of the good old boys, So I don't know where it goes from here on out. The way that we have a conversation, middle America is probably really upset about how this pattern is starting to look as well. I'll take it.
Speaking of good old boys, let's talk country music for a minute.
Right.
This is shocking.
Another big snub.
Shocking.
Yeah, the CMAs announced their nominees, and Beyonce not on the list. And
it's crazy.
Again,
hey, man,
here, but in the same way that Kendrick was so
TMZ.
talked about, that Beyonce's Cowboy Carter was so talked about, and there were a couple of songs that were huge hits. So how could they not be nominated?
Not even nominated.
For the
Shut out.
CMA.
I have no idea, Charles and Harvey, what that could be. It sounds so easy to say what I feel it is. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
But
everybody's thinking it.
And that's purpose. And speaking of that, how we sit here and we say, man, she wasn't even nominated, right? That feels like purpose. Like that, that's on purpose. Something was done there. And I feel like there's some people getting back to Super Bowl. There's some people saying too, there's something there. There's a reason why. And I don't think that people are so far off when they think of their reason why. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. And I don't think the dialogue is anywhere over. People are like, oh, well, maybe Lil Wayne will pop out with another. That's not going to happen because if anyone, Wayne should have been there as well. And he did his list of people. And there's no way you're going to get Lil Wayne on there when Lil Wayne is so connected to Drake. You know what I'm saying? So
Lil Wayne and Drake they're hand in hand. So I don't see that happening.
And who does Kendrick bring out? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we see? Like, I'm excited for that. I'm hearing that there's something that's about to be announced as well, where I'm like, if that's a piece of what we're looking at, Kendrick is about to have a great run for the rest of this year, Super Bowl time, and next year. So I feel it's all going to make some kind of sense, but it's not going. I'll forever be like, like there were so many people that didn't get their rings because Michael Jordan was playing or Kobe and Shaq was playing, and you had a window of opportunity to get that ring. You just didn't get it because there were some powerhouses going on. I feel like with Wayne, this is that opportunity. This is like extremely low-hanging fruit. This should have been his, and right now it feels like it's not.
Hey, you know what, big boy? One thing we can end on a positive note here because there is someone who's getting his flowers, and that would be you.
Yes,
after 30 years in the biz, I understand you're doing a big celebration on an island somewhere. Did you get an invitation?
I
yet?
did not get an
I
invitation.
didn't.
Let me be the first to apologize
let
to
me
you.
check the inbox. Hang on.
We got Big Boy
I know it's
Bermuda
here
Fest.
somewhere.
We're
What do you
taking
see?
over Bermuda. Hey, let me tell you. Let me tell you why. And I got to be the first to admit this to you. The reason why you guys didn't get your invite is because you weren't invited.
Okay,
You
well, see,
didn't-
that makes sense.
Yeah,
That
but you know
makes
what?
sense,
You can buy your tickets. Do anybody got the information on what I was supposed to have?
Oh, that's so funny.
Right. No. Because you'll be able to buy your tickets. But it's Bermuda Fest. We're taking over Bermuda, man. It's October 3rd through the 7th. We're gonna have a great time out there. We got so many celebrities that's coming to hang out with us. And I'm gonna tell you, Charles and man, Harvey, you guys know that you're invited. I'll make sure that you guys get the discount code as well to link and get a discount.
Discount.
Okay.
What, we're getting
hey,
10%?
Hey, be happy we're getting a discount. Just take that.
Yeah,
Take it.
I'll show-
We're very grateful for that. Thank you, big boy.
There it is,
And,
right there, man.
Let me just say, honestly,
You deserve
sir.
the whole weekend, man.
richly deserve this 30 great years.
Yeah, man. We have
and you've really made a difference and a huge impact, really.
Thank you, man. And, you know, God willing, we got many more in us. And it's going to be a great way to celebrate out there in Bermuda. We got a yacht party. We got a comedy show and concert. It's a golf celebrities situation where I don't even golf. You know what I'm saying? But I wear the outfits so well. Like the attire, oh, you're going to think
As long
like,
as you
dude,
look good.
and I'm going to make sure I look good. And I always thank you guys for your time and your positivity. And I love doing these segments with you as opposed to me being the segment that you guys got to talk about.
Yes, we like it that way, too.
If we didn't get
No,
an
I love
invite, at least I don't know, send us a pair of Bermuda shorts or something. Okay?
Nah, I can't really
okay.
promise that either. You know what I'm saying? But I'll get you one of those. My friend went to Bermuda and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. I'll bring one of those back
All right,
for you.
deal.
I'll see
We'll
you guys
take
out
that.
there, man. I'm going to send you that discount link as well.
All right,
Okay,
big boy.
Make sure to
Take
get
care.
that. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate y'all.